In today's video, I'll be going over every single LEGO Star Wars minifigure and set you guys should consider buying before the Ahsoka series comes out. Let's talk about it. So yes, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars video in honor of the Ahsoka trailer dropping the other day. Also the fact of the matter that we know basically every single Ahsoka set for LEGO coming out this summer. I wanted to make this video and pretty much go over everything that we're kind of missing and some stuff that maybe you guys should consider buying right now. As always, quick disclaimer before I make this video is for anyone, again, whether or not you want to use this information that I give you, for your own financial gain, or if you're just a regular collector and you want to buy some minifigures before they, could go up in price. Again, I can't control what you guys do with this information. I'm just relaying what I think and what I know. So that's basically that, guys. Let's get into it. As always, we have a couple minifigures, a few sets, then also a little bit of speculation at the end. And starting off with the big one here, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is a character that is not going to come out in summer 2023. A very sought after minifigure, roughly pushing every bit of about $150 used right now and about $200 new condition. And the thing is, this is a big one. Look, I know people want Grand Admiral Thrawn. I know people have been, debating on paying, high prices for him. Do they want to wait for a remake? And look, my honest opinion is I do think we'll get a remake of him. In my opinion, look, it could be as early as winter of this year, or of 2024, or summer of 2024. If not, I'd be very, very surprised. I definitely think it's safe to say that, Lucasfilm probably told them, LEGO to, maybe just avoid making them this summer to avoid any spoilers. But I think for the most part here, look, I don't think you have to really run out here and get this Thrawn minifigure and pay $150. But if you get a good deal on one, say $100, a little over 100, I don't think you could really go wrong with it. Of course, once a new one comes out, this one's going to go down in value. But for the foreseeable future, at least, again, he will go up in price a lot. Like, I don't doubt for a second, probably $250, $300 throughout the actual Ahsoka series itself. It's going to be kind of nice, though, at the end of the day, when the Ahsoka series does come out, it's 8 episodes, so it'll lead into, kind of middle of September, if not even early October. And by then, at that point, by the end of that series, we'll start getting 2024 leaks and rumors. So at that point, we will kind of know, look, is Thrawn coming in the winter? And that's going to be a big deal for the value, of course. But at the end of the day, look, I think if you get a fair deal on one right now, you probably can't go wrong either way. Next up, guys, of course, we have a couple other ones here that are just not showing up in the summer. We have Zeb. He's not even confirmed for the Ahsoka series technically, but look, I think he will be in there. I think it's safe to say he will. I don't think they're going to really, avoid using him again. He did show up in Mando Season 3. I think it makes perfect sense. A little bit of a teaser for what he would be, looking like in Ahsoka, presumably. And although his minifigure really did not get too much of a jump in value from Mando Season 3, the cameo, I do think if he plays a bigger role in Ahsoka, we can see his minifigure go up a little bit. If Zeb ends up playing a minor role in the show, there's a chance that LEGO might actually not put him in a set. And, this minifigure that we have, back from 2014, could be the only one for a while. So I think right now it's safe to say, look, if you get a fair deal on one, I think we're going to, definitely see his value kind of creep up by the end of 2023. Next up, we have Ezra. At the end of the day, again, he's going to be a pivotal, character in the show. And right now he's only fetching about $15-20. And I think this is safe to say, and I will honestly tell you guys, either way you look at it, even if he comes out in a, January set, summer set next year, I think paying $15 for an Ezra right now, I think is a no-brainer. Honestly, I think, again, as the show comes out, he's going to get more rare, more sought after. And I think, whether he comes out sooner or later, getting this one at least, since again, it's going to be a different version nonetheless. I know not everyone's crazy about that. I know not everyone, goes for, one of every LEGO Star Wars minifigure ever. But again, technically the one from 2014 is always going to be unique. And if you do ever want to say that you have every single LEGO Star Wars minifigure, you do need these older versions under your belt. Next up, guys, we have Kallus. Again, not confirmed for the show, but I do think it's safe to say Kallus might be making a cameo. But again, if it's a small enough role, I don't think LEGO would actually make a new version of him. And I think on the off chance, now is probably the cheapest he'll ever be anyway. So I think it's safe to say, again, if you get a good deal on one right now, it probably would not be too bad of a buy. Next up, we have Kanan. Again, he is, look, I'll say spoiler alert. There's so many, I can't believe it. It's been like 7 years since that guy died. And there's so many of you guys that always give me flack for saying he dies, right off the bat without saying spoiler. So spoiler alert, he dies in Rebels. He's not going to be in the Ahsoka series, at least not, present day. I have a good feeling he'll probably show up in flashback. So in that regard, again, just all part of kind of that Rebel crew, kind of the same vibe. I think picking up yourself a Kanan right now for roughly $20. Same with Ezra. Just nonetheless, just won't be a bad buy for yourself. Just putting out $15-20 right now for a Kanan. Then lastly, this is kind of a big one here. We have the Clone Wars era Ahsoka. And I'm not necessarily talking about the Season 7 version that came out in 2020. I'm mainly talking about like the original Clone Wars versions from like '08 and like 2014 with the season 3 updated version. And the reason being, slight spoilers, I guess here. It's pretty much confirmed by this point. There's been casting for it. A younger version of Ahsoka has been casted for that show. That's been the case for like 6 months now, or like a year now even. And so if we do see older, flashback versions of Clone Wars Ahsoka in those classic outfits, there's a possibility, that minifigure could get, kind of brought into the sunlight again, and more people kind of remember it. They want to pick it up. It's an old minifigure to begin with, so the quantity and kind of the scarcity of it is definitely high. And if we do have that minifigure, in that outfit show up in the show, those could be some minifigures that definitely shoot up. So at the end of the day, look, if you are a completionist, if you care that much, I definitely think those Ahsokas, getting them now rather than waiting 3-4 months, I think is probably the better play. Moving on to the sets right here. So you guys probably know, really the only set to really talk about is the Phantom 2 75170, and this is a big kind of double play. First off, I think within probably 2 or 3 weeks from now, we will know if that ghost comes with the Phantom in the summer. And if it does, at the end of the day, that set's going to lose all of its value pretty much. I'm in the camp of thinking, that it will come with the Phantom. And again, I've got 4 of them behind me. I used to have a whole bunch more. I'll put the picture up on the screen. I did make, look, full transparency, I made some good money on that. Amazon was selling them for super low, and the price kind of crept up. I kept 4 of them, and we'll see where the kind of the price goes with these ones. But the Phantom 2, if we don't get the Phantom in the Ghost this summer, it will be a very big set, because again, the Phantom 2 is showing up in the show, and it comes with Thrawn. So that set right now is going for roughly about $275-ish, sealed. It'll be very cool to see kind of where that price goes for that set. But that's one right there where, look, honestly, I would not even recommend buying it right now. But if you do have one yourself, definitely kind of, pay attention to the market a little bit, pay attention to the leaks. I'll bring you guys all the information first. And if you guys do want to sell it before it goes down in value, definitely pay attention to my channel. And another set right here I'll kind of briefly bring up is the Ahsoka's Jedi Starfighter. This is one where, again, no kind of confirmation is going to be in the show, but if we do see older, Clone Wars era Ahsoka, younger version of Ahsoka, there is that 1% chance that we do see her in her Starfighter. And of course, it's the only one Lego's ever made. Will Lego ever remake it? I would assume so at some point. I mean, Ahsoka's a very relevant character now, even if she's not flying her Clone Wars Starfighter, of course. But I think this is always a set that whenever Ahsoka gets brought up, you kind of think about the Clone Wars Starfighter, and it's very rare. I mean, the Ahsoka Starfighter is a $200 set used, $300-400 sealed. So at the end of the day, if it's something you want, I think now is probably the time. And then moving on to some speculatory minifigures right here. This is just kind of 4 minifigures and characters that, might go up in value a little bit. Again, if you really want them, at the end of the day, it's just safer to buy them now than, again, wait. We have either old Rex right here. We have the Endor style or the one in the armor from the ATT. I think Rex definitely has an opportunity to make some sort of appearance in the show. Is he going to play a big role or not? I'm not too sure, but, we all know, if he shows up for even 2 minutes, in the Endor outfit or, in his clone armor, how he comes in the ATT, that minifigure will definitely get, shot up in value a little bit. Next up, Mon Mothma, she was in the trailer. She really did not get brought up too much in value from Andor, so at the end of the day, I wouldn't really worry too much. But, if you want a Mon Mothma, she goes for like $20 now. Again, there's really no point in waiting any longer, I feel. If you do want that minifigure, now's the time. Next up, we have Barriss Offee. Again, no validation if she's going to be in the show or not, but kind of just minifigures that tie into Ahsoka. There's a chance she might get brought up, maybe in the flashback, maybe she's that, bad guy Inquisitor type character. So we don't know yet, but again, Barriss is very closely tied to Ahsoka, where, again, she's going for like $10 now. It's like, if you want her, now's the time. And then lastly, guys, one big thing here, where I'm strongly thinking we might actually see him show up in the show. It's, Dave Filoni, it's Ahsoka, Plo Koon makes a very big impact on Ahsoka throughout her early years. So again, if we see her in her, Clone Wars era, right away when she was a Padawan, or even a little bit beforehand, even in a little 5-minute flashback scene, Plo Koon, I really do feel like is something Dave Filoni would do. And in turn, again, we haven't gotten a Plo Koon in, at this point, 9 years, if that's crazy enough to think about. So the one Plo Koon, the one from the AV7 canon's like $40 right now. The other one's a little bit cheaper. Where, look, I think, again, pure speculation at the end of the day. All this information, use it however you guys want. I'm just telling you guys this stuff and what I'm thinking. But I think at the end of the day, again, if you guys want a Plo Koon, now is probably the safest time to buy one, because there's always a chance he might show up in Ahsoka. Ahsoka. So guys, that's everything for today's video. As always, like I said, guys, this is just me relaying information, starting discussion, and giving you guys something to think about. If you guys want to try to make some money off this information, if you guys want to just collect for yourself, grab a couple extra, now it's up to you to do whatever you guys want with this information. And as always though, guys, I mean, if anything changes, if anything is rumored for 2024 winter, stay tuned to my channel. Again, I bring all of you guys the information first, and I like to always keep you guys in the loop. So for now, again, kind of watch the market. I feel if there's some of the stuff you guys really want right now, like I kind of said, now is probably that time, because as we get closer to July and August, when we get the official trailer, a bunch of TV spots, that first episode drops, I really do think we're going to start seeing some of these values right here go pretty high for a while, at least, until we get the next version of them. So that's everything for today's video, guys. I will be live streaming tonight. I'm very excited about that. After this video is uploaded, it's about 4 hours after it, so roughly about 7:30 to 8 p.m. Central Time, so definitely stay tuned for that. We'll be going over every single, and pretty much just, it's been a while, it's been like 3 weeks, so we'll be pretty much talking about every single new LEGO Star Wars 2023 summer leak, also kind of some of the stuff that Star Wars Celebration has been giving us. So yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. Leave your thoughts down below. Is there anything I missed in this video? And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys, and stay safe.